Oprah and Diddy used to throw parties together. Oprah is also involved with Diddy, and she should be arrested too. I have all the proofs of Diddy and Oprah sacrifices, and I am going to present all the evidence to the FBI.
Shannon Sharpe drags Diddy, Oprah, and Tyler Perry for trying to cancel his show. 2024, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over.
And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment.
Singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
The question now could pass attendees like Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Kelly Osbourne, Justin Bieber, and Usher be potentially questioned by federal investigators.
Were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on.
Oh, honey, grab your popcorn because what's going down in Hollywood right now is straight out of a fever dream. Shannon Sharpe just testified in Diddy's never-ending trial, and let's just say Oprah is not taking this well, like at all. Tensions are sizzling, secrets are slipping, and trust me, it's the kind of drama that could make even the boldest stars shake in their red bottoms. And oh baby, this is just the beginning.
Podcast just like blew up. And he be having everybody and their mom on there. So we're gonna check this video out. I'll leave the link to the channel on Misty channel in the description. So we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Is that for some reason people come to me and I don't look at them with judgy eyes. I have no predetermined notion or preconceived notion, and they open up to me. That's what they're upset about.
Federal judge immediately rejected a defense request for a mistrial in the picking trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
To act on stage, don't rely on social media, put it down, turn it off, shut up, be quiet, learn, read.
I would say Oprah Winfrey, what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
I was publicly humiliated for 25 years, every week exploited by the tabloids. Every time any comedian wanted to make fun or make a joke about it, they could make a joke about it. And I accepted it because I thought I deserved it.
So guess what? Shannon Sharpe just dropped a truth nuke right in the middle of Tinseltown. Boom! The kind of tea that was supposed to stay hidden behind velvet curtains, he kicked that door wide open. We're talking backdoor meetings, whispered deals, hush-hush exchanges, the whole shady circus. Sources are buzzing that Shannon was trying to keep some of these convos hush-hush, but something changed. Either pressure got to him or maybe it was pure principle. But sis went off in court, and let me tell you, Oprah is livid. I mean, steam coming out of her ears furious. Her entire team is apparently in full-on damage control Olympics. They're scrambling because Shannon didn't just open a window. He tore down the whole house of secrets. The industry's best-kept lies, poof, gone. And now, the cracks are spreading like wildfire. We're not just witnessing gossip, we're seeing Hollywood unravel, piece by piece.
Because if you look at a lot of these people that's been on other podcasts.
So Shannon Sharpe's podcast club, Shay Shay, has been blowing up ever since Cat Williams' interview. And he has had many explosive interviews this year alone. And let's just say that some folks in the industry are not loving this one bit. This is because the interviews have exposed many secrets about some of the industry's most popular and powerful people, including Diddy, Oprah, and Tyler Perry. It looks like Shannon is now dragging them for filth, exposing them for not only trying to cancel the show, but also trying to ruin his life for not taking down interviews after they asked him to.
Obligation to let Oprah Winfrey know how I really felt. Now I want you to understand something too. See, this is why me and Oprah Winfrey got a problem.
It's still there.
Until that woman says, let me apologize to you publicly, it'll be to the day I leave this earth. Because what you did was malicious, and it was intentional, and it was ugly.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Let them know what you said.
But, okay, and she said, if you think I did something wrong, I want to apologize. And what my husband taught me a long time ago, an apology is not something that you think you need to give. If somebody else think you need to give it, it's what you feel. So she came off like Mother Earth that she is. If you think I did something wrong, no, Oprah, it ain't what I think. You did do something wrong. You maliciously, and you had full intentions of having my parents on your show and not saying anything to me. Was that for ratings?
It seemed like she exploited the situation.
Well, you just exploiting me. There are some sisters in this business that are about it. Regina King was there that night. Angela Bassett was there that night.
And let's talk about Shannon's podcast real quick. Ever since it blew up earlier this year, this man has been dropping truth like it's hot. No filters, no sugarcoating, just cold, hard facts. And that, my dear, has made some powerful people very nervous. And guess who's caught in the crosshairs again? Oprah. Yup, the queen of daytime herself. Already roasted for her Monique drama. And now this? Talk about deja vu. Shannon's pulling skeletons out of closets so deep they probably have their own zip codes. And girl, the timing couldn't be worse. Just when folks were trying to let bygones be bygones, Shannon is dragging it all back under the spotlight. This isn't some petty spat or a one-time feud. Shannon's voice has turned into a megaphone for everything Hollywood wanted to keep buried. And Oprah, she's right back in the hot seat. Hit after hit after hit. The question is, how long can she keep smiling while the dam's threatening to burst?
So these videos of Diddy with Justin Bieber when he was only 15 years old are resurfacing. And the one thing that I want to ask is, why was a 40-year-old hanging around with a 15-year-old? Why did no one think that was an issue or a red flag? And also, listen to what he says in this clip.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship.
And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening is that, first of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had. I happened to be on set with several actresses the other day, and we were filming some things, and they hadn't slept over a period of 2 or 3 days, and I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud too,
everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend he didn't touch me. I think those days are about to be over.
Hold up. Justin Bieber is over here asking the real questions like, what is a 40-year-old doing with a 15-year-old? In reference to Diddy's twisted associations. Like, what? This isn't just weird, it's disgusting. People are shook. Rightfully so.
It looks like Shannon is now claiming that he also has more dirt on these people, and he's going to leak it if they don't back down. Y'all better get in the room because Shannon is not here to play. Shannon Sharpe has had the world in a chokehold ever since he dropped his interview with Cat Williams at the start of the year. It was pure chaos, and that chaos has remained since that interview. And we have seen the dark side of the industry that we rarely get to see. With all the juicy secrets that he spilled, it's no surprise that some powerful people want the podcast shut down.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Please welcome Seal!
The 54-year-old who's appeared on Oprah's show captioned his post, "Oh, I forgot, that's right, you'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses, my bad." While Weinstein maintains his innocence, Seal hasn't commented further, and Oprah has not responded.
This moment is a really powerful time for everybody to get woke.
And then, a 17-year-old boy is being grilled by Diddy about why he doesn't want to hang around anymore? That is not just alarming, it's a full-blown red flag parade.
And act different, huh?
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Tell you my number.
Yeah.
So Rose McGowan has put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some controversial men. Rose wrote, quote, "From being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come." And just to refresh your memory, music producer Russell Simmons has been accused of rape by at least 15 women. Last year, Oprah pulled out of a documentary that's highlighting their stories because she and the filmmakers apparently did not see eye to eye on that project. And as for her former friendship with Harvey Weinstein, Oprah had said that she did not know about the sexual assault accusations from women, including Rose, only that she had heard he was a bully.
And babes, Shannon didn't just throw shade. He flipped the whole damn table. In court, he reportedly pulled back that velvet curtain and exposed secrets that Diddy and Oprah would have paid anything to keep buried. We're not talking tabloid fluff. We're talking dirty little truths hidden under millions in hush money. And you want to know Oprah's vibe right now? Panic mode. Gone is the calm, composed queen. Behind closed doors, sources say she's a wreck, calling anyone who'll pick up, doing whatever she can to pull this thing back under control. But it might be too late. Shannon didn't rattle cages. He set the whole zoo loose. And now the whole world is watching. If even a fraction of what he hinted at is true, oof. Hollywood might never be the same.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Tell you my number.
Yeah.
Kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along with that. But if you remember,
in this same interview, Shannon talked about all the crazy stuff he's been dealing with since Cat Williams' interview went viral earlier this year. He had a conversation with Cam Newton and shared why celebrities are comfortable enough to spill all their secrets on his podcast.
Oh, do you remember when Monique clapped back at Oprah? That moment right there, it was a game changer. People finally saw the cracks in Oprah's seemingly flawless empire. She may be polished in public, but when the spotlight shifts to accountability, baby, she flinches. Now with Shannon Sharpe charging straight into the storm and allegedly touching on Oprah's dirtiest secrets in his testimony, the pressure's exploding. And let's be real, sis isn't just responding, she's spiraling. We're hearing whispers of frantic phone calls, tightened PR tactics, total media blackout. It's no longer just damage control, it's full-on desperation. She's trying to keep the lid on this boiling pot, but the more she clamps it down, the more the steam blows up in her face. And people, they're paying attention, watching, asking questions like, Oprah, what exactly are you hiding? Her legacy isn't just being questioned, it's burning under a spotlight.
They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced.
But why haven't any of Diddy's friends spoke up for him?
My man, listen here. All those ones who made it to the Diddy party, to the after party, and to the hotel lobby, they not gonna ruin their brand. They not gonna say nothing. Man, I was watching the other day. Listen to me. They did that, they on Channel 2 News here in New York. Gayle King and Nate and that other guy, they were talking about, they showed him beating Cassie, and they showed him the apology in the whole 9 yards. All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn, he still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein, he was running with that whole crew.
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger.
I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big, fat, black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. You know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you gross, not after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired.
And Shannon, that man is standing his ground. In a recent interview, he basically said, yeah, I knew telling the truth would have consequences, but this is next level. The ripples just won't stop. Everyone's waiting to see just how far Diddy and Oprah are willing to go to protect their little house of secrets.
And explained that before every interview, he makes it clear to his celebrity guests that they don't have to talk about certain topics if they don't want to, which makes them comfortable enough to tell their own story.
I said, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I always ask the guests that. Sometimes they say, well, I would appreciate if we not talk about this. Right. Cool, no problem. Because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But yes, I believe a person that's been in a business, that's been doing something 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
50, KCF, you know, you wrote in your book about how Gayle once confronted you about a feud with Oprah. Where do you currently stand with the two of them now?
I like both of them. I just said something. I made a comment about not understanding why they were choosing specific people for the Me Too stuff, the documentaries, because we got the president has those accusations. No one has a documentary on the president.
Right.
And as far as entertainment is concerned, I thought Weinstein was bigger than the other guys in entertainment that we see there. Those other guys are just easy victims.
Right.
But if you think Shannon is backing down, not even a little bit. The more they try to shut him up, the louder he gets. He's got fans rallying behind him, and the truth is becoming his brand. Diddy, Oprah, whoever else is pulling strings behind the curtain, they're clearly getting nervous. But Shannon, he's on fire. No fear, no filter, just facts.
Eat the dogs, eat the cats, eat the dogs, eat the cats. And did Shannon Sharpe beat the cat on Instagram Live? Plus, we've got a VMAs recap for you. Welcome to Side Dish. Hey.
So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed. By some black dicks who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. No, baby, I wasn't blackballed. I was fucked up by some niggas who had no balls. And see, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too motherfucking much. It would kill me not to say the real shit. It would kill me not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly.
Okay, wait. Now this is just wild. There's this bizarre, totally random rumor floating around that Shannon Sharpe went on IG Live and beat up a cat. A cat? Like what? People don't even know if it's real or some desperate attempt to smear him. And what did Shannon's team do about it? Did they panic? Nah. They dropped a teaser for his new show Side Dish instead, promising a VMAs recap and juicy behind-the-scenes tea. No cat, no chaos, just cool as a cucumber PR. If this rumor was meant to distract or discredit him, it failed hard. Shannon's focus is crystal clear, and it's not on felines, let me tell you.
Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, even like the starter pistols that the marathon people take off with. Yeah, just those. I think they would appreciate that upstairs. We got the ham horn, upstairs.
And then we had this little moment where the host cracked a joke about needing starter pistols like in marathons. Harmless fun, right?
They don't even know about our whole upstairs fiasco.
We drop little like subliminals, you know, and people have been watching since episode maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? They might be up on it, but other than that, it's just an inside joke for just.
Turns out it's kind of an inside joke from the show's early days. Devoted fans would totally get it, but apparently it's more of a gag shared with the crew than the audience.
People in corporate and sales.
What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out the what is today? The Thursday episode of Side Dish. It's 48 Hour Friday.
There's that. There is that indeed, man. How's your day going so far?
My day's going good, dude. I'm back in the gym. I'm training again. Ankle's feeling pretty good, so I was able to get both hours in because I'm a nerd and I have nothing else to do. Did a little writing session with my writing partner. It's been a great day.
I'm proud of you, man. I dressed up for Jim.
Then they did the usual sign-off thing, thanking fans for tuning in. It was Thursday, or as they call it, 2,048-hour Friday. Lighthearted stuff after all the madness.
So then I had to drive to one of those rapid ones, because I charge it at home, but I have it set to where it doesn't charge during the daytime. So I had to drive to a place. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff done. And then I had a really long, 1 hour long conversation with somebody who was charging their car next to my car. And that was the duration of the time in which I would have been able to get all my little clerical work I needed to get done. And then when I got home, I sat there nicely in my gym clothing doing that work. So
the co-host even shared how they got ready for the gym, but found out their EV hadn't charged. Relatable, right? So they ended up chatting with someone at a fast charging station and missed their workout entirely. Now let's go back to the courtroom drama. Despite the serious allegations against Diddy, including trafficking and forced labor, he walks into court waving and smiling like he's just won a Grammy. Sir, what? But behind those smiles, things are falling apart. Sources from inside the detention center say he's in a dark place, in solitary, on suicide watch, dealing with extreme anxiety and isolation. They're handing out psych meds like they're Skittles just to keep inmates functioning. He's in a cold, tiny cell, cut off from visitors, barely getting showers, and definitely not living the luxury lockup life that people were speculating about. So all those rumors about steak dinners and ribeyes? Lies. This is not the Hilton. This is the Hole. So, back to this train wreck in slow motion. There are major whispers now about who wasn't allowed to speak out. Apparently, some voices tried to reach platforms like The View and were totally iced out. Wonder why? I tried to go on The View, they didn't have me on, someone admitted. Why? Oh, apparently the host didn't like what he had to say, and let's just say he's not the only one. Oprah herself? Yeah, even she reportedly played a part in blocking these voices. I've been excluded, he says. Not just from one show, from Oprah, from everything. Even when he had a hit movie. Even when he was producing important, controversial work, they just shut him out. Makes you think, who's been controlling the narrative all along? Legal analysts are saying that Diddy's case, it could become one of the biggest Hollywood trials in recent memory. The courtroom is buzzing. The whispers in the hallways, they're about who's next. And if you think Diddy's facing this alone, think again. A commentator said it best. There are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried right now. And not just because of guilt. Even being present at those parties could land you a subpoena. Even if you didn't do anything, if you were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, the feds still want answers. Let's say you're rich, famous, went to one of those infamous freak-off parties. Well, hope you've got a lawyer on speed dial because the feds are coming knocking. And people have started talking, I mean really talking, on camera, on podcasts, off the record. One insider flat out said, I've had people throw millions at me to do something I didn't want to do. Millions. Like, are you kidding me? When asked to elaborate, they hesitated, then said, there's a lot I can't say. So there's even more dirt than what we know? This is no longer just a Diddy problem. This is a Hollywood disease, and people are finally pulling off the mask. And let's not forget the mother who stood up during that emotional moment when Oprah and VP Kamala Harris were on stage in Michigan. The room went from camera flashes to absolute silence. She spoke from pain. Her daughter had died because of Georgia's abortion laws. This wasn't politics anymore. It was raw, unfiltered grief. You could feel the weight of it. The energy just dropped. Oprah, yes, Oprah, was crying. Even Kamala was speechless. This was no longer a press event. It was real life. The message hit hard. These laws are taking lives. And for Oprah, it was a visible unraveling. That perfectly curated image, it started slipping. The woman who ruled daytime TV for decades was suddenly being questioned, even judged. And people started wondering, what else has Oprah been hiding behind that signature smile? Let's be honest, this wasn't just one emotional moment. This was a reckoning, a gut punch reminder that actions, laws, silence, secrets have consequences. Lives are being lost, reputations are collapsing, and no one, not even Oprah, is immune anymore. We've got stars scrubbing their socials, whispers of more arrests, celebs lawyering up, PR teams working overtime. This isn't just damage control, it's Hollywood in freefall. And guess what? The indictment, it's only 14 pages long, but it already has enough to terrify half of Beverly Hills. People who attended parties, people who maybe knew what was happening behind those velvet ropes, they're sweating bullets. At best, they're witnesses. At worst, they're next. The U.S. attorney made it very clear. This is an open investigation. That means more subpoenas, more arrests, more names, and yes, the rich and famous are officially on notice. No more hiding behind money. No more escaping justice because you're powerful. The public wants accountability. Real accountability. Not another Epstein-style sweep under the rug. If the attorney's office is serious, this won't just stop with Diddy. They want everyone. Oprah recently took the stage again with Kamala, speaking out about reproductive rights. Again, trying to refocus the narrative. But the room isn't the same anymore. The crowd isn't just watching Oprah the icon. They're watching Oprah the human, the flawed human, the one who might have to answer for the secrets whispered in the shadows. The emotional climax of that speech. Oprah was crying, genuinely. But this time, it didn't feel like a segment on her old show. It felt Different, like maybe the weight of everything is finally catching up. The silence is breaking. The secrets are leaking. Hollywood, it's being exposed. One name, one secret, one courtroom revelation at a time.